Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I am Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
I have told you before about my struggles with laundry coming and going from the Beast's house.
Yes, you have.
I will send the girls there in clothes, and sometimes I have to fucking fight tooth and nail to get them back, which I don't understand.
At least, okay, so she keeps clothes over there, right?
She has clothes for her house. I have clothes for my house.
Okay.
Almost all of them are paid for by my parents.
Okay. Well, at least that. My ex keeps apparently zero clothing at her house for the boys.
Stupid bitch.
And so the last... I didn't realize they were doing it, but it's been a while now. But they pack up bags for when they go over there for the weekend.
Yeah.
And she was telling me today when she dropped them off, like, Pubert didn't even pack any clean clothes this weekend, so he's wearing what he wore Friday. And I always wanted to say, well, that's no change from even 10 years ago when you first started taking them on weekends. Because she wouldn't make them change their clothes.
Does she not know how to go to the store and spend like $30 on each of them to get them an outfit?
Apparently she does not. Or it's just not in her plans. I mean, you have to remember, we've been divorced now for 10 years, and she's just now starting to take an interest in the boys' schooling. Like, it's always been a constant struggle. Like, she never wanted to be a parent.
Right. But apparently she's too autistic to make a run to JCPenney.
Apparently. Or like I said, it's all about her. She's like, well, I'll just have them pack clothes up, bring them over, and we'll send them all home, so that way I can wash the dirty clothes the clothes I got dirty while they're over at her house.
Why not? I actually prefer
lazy.
that the clothes they wear over there come back to me unwashed, because she uses different detergent and it fucking fades everything.
What does she use, bleach?
No, you Tide. It fucking fades the colors.
Oh, I use all. That seems to work.
But anyway, so I told the Juice very specifically there were 3 items that I'm looking for. I've been going through their clothes for days because there's so many of them. And I come down to a missing pajama top, a missing pair of pants to go with a shirt, and then a missing shirt to go with a different pair of pants. And I tell her when we get to her mom's house that when we get there, you go downstairs, you grab the shit, and we find it, and I go home. I wouldn't have to do that if they would have followed the plan I came up with months ago after the last time the Beast and I had a major fight over laundry. I said, you two need to start putting your dirty clothes from my house in a bag the second you fucking take them off. That is what I do for your mom at my house, so she gets her shit back. I'm considerate. She's fucking lazy and says, I'll figure it out. God, don't bother me about it. You just keep nagging me. No, I want my shit back. And if you wanted your shit back and I didn't provide it, you better believe that if you fucking henpecked me enough, that I would do it before you got too bitchy, but not her. No, everything's like pulling teeth. So we said that in the interest of preventing fights between Mommy and I, you're going to bag your shit up, or there will be dire fucking consequences. And I believe I made reference to deleting video game saves if that shit were to happen again. Fast forward to tonight. I bring her home. There were 3 articles of clothing I wanted. She brings me a bag. The Beast goes down and brings me a bag because the Juice is too fucking lazy. And it's not containing the things I'm looking for.
God damn it.
I asked the Juice to go down. She's like, I'm hungry, hold on. I'm like, put your yogurt down, go get the clothes, you can be done with it, and then eat your fucking snacks. She tries to get her sister to do it for her. I'm like, Chi-Chi doesn't know what I'm looking for. That's preposterous. Stop being lazy. She ignores me and eats her fucking yogurt. And then I see Buddy at the bottom of the stairs, so I'm like, fucking A, I'm going to go pet the cat and also go try to find my shit.
So you went into the Beast den?
I went downstairs into the girl's room, which normally she forbids me from doing because she thinks I'm going through her shit. That's an air quote.
I don't even like going into my ex-wife's house.
Well, I want my stuff back.
Even if I wanted my stuff back, I'm not going to go in her damn house. But hey, that's the difference between you and I.
Yeah, well, anyways, I go downstairs, I'm petting Buddy, and the Beast like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm petting Buddy. What? I'm like, send the Juice down. And she's like, hold on. She tells her twice, come downstairs. She doesn't. I go through a pile. I find another pair of jammies I didn't fucking realize was there. I find the top to the jammy set I'm looking for, not the other 2 pieces, because I go, can you get the Juice down here? And I'm at the bottom of about 15 steps from her upper level to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just starts belching vitriol at me. You're not going to come into my fucking house and yell like this. I'm like, I'm not even yelling. Just send her ass down here. She's like, no, you need to fucking go. It's time to fucking go. And if you don't leave now, I'll call the fucking cops on you again.
How did I know she was going to say that?
The second she said all of that, I almost barreled up those goddamn steps like I was charging the beach at Normandy. And it would have not have been to leave on friendly terms. So I grabbed what I had found and went upstairs, and I tried to calmly explain to her my rationale. She's like, you're not going to come into my house and yell like that. I'm like, I wasn't yelling. She's like, you're screaming like a fucking crazy person. I'm like, I'm in the basement, and she's up the stairs and around a corner. I have to vocal project. It's all about volume. Your tone is the one that's like a crazy person.
You need to record audio so we can hear it.
Yeah, well.
I want to hear this shit.
Oh my God.
It's so entertaining, everything you've told me. It's like, God, I kind of wish I was a little fly on the wall or something, you know? Like,
so I look at the juice, and I go, you are in big fucking trouble.
dun, dun, dun.
And the beast goes, not at my house, she's not. You're not going to come here and pull that shit. It's time to fucking go. Now get the fuck out of my house. And as she said that last, get the fuck out of my house, she stood between me and the open doorway to the stairs. And it took everything in me to maintain composure. Because I would have Sparta kicked that bitch down the entire flight. She might not even have bounced halfway down. I might have cleared all 15 of them. I had that much rage. And my adrenaline, when it meets my rage, holy Christ, it's like when Prince Adam raises that sword and says, by the power of Grayskull, I fucking become He-Man when you piss me off. I don't care how fucking minuscule people might think I am. I will hurt you badly.
Yeah.
And I will get a boner while doing it. So I didn't commit an assault / possible homicide. And then I calmly turned to the juice and said, guess what? When I get home, I'm deleting your fucking Minecraft save. Kiss your Minecraft world goodbye. She's like, goodbye, go, get out of my fucking house. And I left. And I had to sit there after I started my car for like 10 seconds and just kind of catch my fucking breath because I could feel my pulse in my goddamn head. I was that overcome with rage. And I drove home, and then I fired up the fucking Wii U. I popped in Minecraft. Bye.
Yeah, once you make a threat, you got to follow through with it, no matter how much it hurts them.
Well, and
actually, you really hope it hurts them so that they get the message. But
I want her to suffer some disappointment and maybe some anger at me, but hopefully she'll see the consequences as her doing. And I called the beast. I called the beast and I said, put her on the phone. She's like, I don't know why you're being so fucking psycho about this. Like, they have one simple responsibility: bag their clothes for me. I ask nothing else of them. You encourage their laziness, and I did it so we wouldn't fucking fight. Just like we did tonight. So put her on the phone. She's like, I will, but just so you know, I'm telling her right now that if she doesn't like what you're saying, she can hang up on you. Whatever, bitch. So you're indoctrinating her to grind my gears on purpose, same way that you fucking do?
Yeah, you're showing her to disrespect her father. That's real smart, lady.
The whole reason I fucking went nuclear option and 86'd her Minecraft save was because of the level of disrespect I felt. She just sat there looking at me eating fucking yogurt on an ottoman watching TV.
No, when I tell my kids to do something, they need to get their ass and do it. And there's actually quite a few times where they won't do it. Like today, Turtle is having an issue. I told her to go clean the cat box, but I don't want to. I says, I don't care if you want to. You need to do it. None of the other kids are here, and I sure as shit ain't doing it.
I would have simply said, you want to eat dinner tonight? Get your ass down there and do it.
I told her you can get off Mom's laptop. So she got off her mom's laptop. Well, then Mom and her went out for a while today, came back, and Turtle gets on the laptop again, and I looked at her and says, did you clean the cat box like I asked you to? I said, I didn't want to do it, Dad. I can't do it. I says, yes, you can. And then Mrs. Number One fan's like, well, then get off my laptop.
Good.
I was like, way to go. And then Turtle's like, well, I don't want to. And then Mrs. Number One fan goes, well, would you like help? She's like, yeah. I said, well, the next time, ask for it. She went down there, dumped out the old cat litter. Mr. Number One fan went there and put new litter in it. I think that's bullshit. She should have had Turtle there with her for every step of the process, but whatever. I was too enthralled in my video game to really care that much.
Right. Well, see, Had it been my house, I would have simply gone over and grabbed the juice by the fucking arm and dragged her ass downstairs. She'll walk with me. I'm not physically dragging her, but I would have made her go fucking... If this was the shoe on the other foot, and for some reason the beast was in my kitchen demanding something that was hers, and it was the child's fault that she did not have it in her possession again, after I had, set up a plan for this to get done so we wouldn't have to have these blow-ups or incidents, I would have grabbed her by the arm and fucking walked her ass right down that goddamn hallway to her room and said, find that shit now. I don't play, all right?
No, you don't. You parent.
You want to have your differing opinions? That's fine. You don't want to believe in the same shit as me? I'm fine with that. I'm not my mom. I'm not going to berate you for having your own ideals and beliefs. But if you're going to fucking sit there and play me like a sucker and ask me for shit all the time, and I ask you for so fucking little in return, and you can't even do that, then I'm going to make it sting, either physically or mentally. Now, she might come back and say, I don't care. And I'll say, fine, you don't care? Let's delete some of your other game saves then, huh? You want to start over on everything, smartass?
No, we'll find one that you care about eventually.
Because, unfortunately, she's again going to Summer Academy. It's that summer school for smart kids program where they do, like, arts and engineering and shit.
There's nothing unfortunate about that. That's just good practice.
I don't want her to go. It costs too much money. We have to apply for financial aid. I have to fucking apply for the class.
Oh, that's not through the district?
At 7 a.m. No, it's independent, but it's sponsored by all the districts locally.
Oh, no. The stuff, I mean, it wasn't for smart kids. It was just for kids that could use the extra practice. We used to do that with Pubert all the time, so...
This one, she went last year on an invite, and it was a nightmare because I had to fucking get up at the crack of dawn and register for the class at 6 a.m. This year, I thought it was at 6 a.m. again, and I woke up at the crack of dawn and realized, fuck, I have an hour until it's ready. So I, logged on, had it set to go, had everything ready to push buttons. I went and worked out, came up, checked, everything's still there, that it wasn't going to crash or anything. I got her signed up. But this year she wasn't invited as much as they just sent an email to her directly saying, because you went last year, come again. Fuck. And I know that if she fucks with me anymore, I can easily cancel that shit and she will be devastated. But I don't want it to come to that.
No, I don't want it.
Just like when she was mad at me last weekend and said, well, when I'm 13, I'm going to go live with Mom. I'm like, don't you fucking talk to me like that. I will slap your mouth. Don't you fucking play me against your mom like that. Don't you try to threaten to not come see me just to get me to bend to your will. Don't play mind games with me, motherfucker. I am a master manipulator. I will outfox any bullshit you come up with.
She tried that shit already?
Yes.
Wow, she is aware that's not the age of 13. It's an age of maturity, and it's different for every child.
Well, point being, I don't know where she's coming up with these tendencies, but I feel like it's her mom who says shit like, if you don't want to go see your dad, you don't have to.
It's exactly what her mom is. The child has no choice. Like, for a while there, the boys didn't want to go see their mother. They didn't want to go over there for the weekend. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it lasted like 7 or 8 months. And I was just like, well, too bad. You have to. It's her time with you. So you're going, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Try to have fun while you're there. And then she was telling me, and I saw a little evidence that when they went over there, they didn't want to come back home. It's like, well, tough shit. This is where you live. Like,
weird.
Well, they just got where they were having fun, didn't want to leave, or whatever the situation may be. So, but the kids don't have a choice. So I don't know why. Well, I understand why your ex is telling you that they have a choice, just because she's being a bitch. But
oh yeah,
just legally, there's no choice.
Just like how she tells them they don't have to call my wife mom, or she doesn't want them to call my wife mom. It's fine, whatever.
It's between you and your wife, what they call her. I'm
not going to force it because I know that's a fucking ridiculous, worthless fight.
I didn't force it on my children. I just said I would prefer it if you did. I know. I explained to them, this is Mom. She's here with you every day. She's doing things for you. She's cooking, cleaning, helping you. Appreciate it if you called her Mom. And I never forced it. Mm-hmm. And it took a little bit before the boys did. It probably took 4 or 5 months. Probably after we moved in together. Not when I first started dating her. Mm-hmm. Before they started actually calling her Mom all the time. But then it was funny because they would call my ex by her first name.
That's awesome.
And one day she questioned me about it. She's like, why do they keep calling me by my first name? I was like, probably because when I talk about you, I use your first name. So, it's not like I was telling them that they have to call you by your first name. And I wasn't. That's just what they started calling her. Like,
Well, they've tried that a few times with me, and I fucking laid down the law on calling me by my first name. I'm like, I am Dad to you, goddammit, and I am nothing else.
right.
Don't you fucking call me Dad or Daddy.
or
That is
father, if you want.
Nah, I don't fucking.
Little
play that
weird,
shit.
but yes.
No. I call my parents by their first names most of the time, mainly because I don't necessarily care for my mother, and my dad's a grown up too. So
I still call my mom and dad, just something I'm used to. I used to always call my aunts and uncles aunt so-and-so or uncle so-and-so, but now I just call them by their first name, so.
right.
It's been like that for a long time.
So back to this laundry thing. It's like, does it not seem that I reasonably came up with a plan to avoid this shit? You bag your clothes. They're fucking 9.5 and 7 now. We're not talking about brain surgery or having to water a plant or take care of a pet. You put clothes from your body in a bag, tie it up, wait till you see Dad next, and then you fucking hand it to him, and he does the laundry and then folds it and puts it away for you because you're fucking lazy.
It's a good plan, but unfortunately there's no good way to execute it because
The Beast.
is not going to help you enforce it. She just doesn't care. It'd be easier, and the girls would catch on quicker if there was a little bit of reinforcement on the other end.
Well, right.
But there isn't any, so.
She's not going to see the light of day unless she ends up in a fucking wheelchair blown into a straw to steer that motherfucker in a lifetime of regret while she shits into a bag connected to her hip.
Yeah, how's that feel?
The only other secondary strategy I came up with was I'm going to buy god-awful, ugly, plain jail jumpsuit-looking sweatsuits, and that's what they will be bussed back and forth in. As opposed to other people that have said, send him home in the dirty clothes they wore when they came to you. I was like, I feel that's disrespectful to the kid.
Yeah,
Especially if I bathe them.
trying to get the kids to take showers on a regular basis and change their clothes.
Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It? That is at What Do We Call It? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
And that's the end.
First saved voice message. Sent Tuesday, March 3rd at 10:47 a.m. Hey, it's me. I need you to call me back. I'm trying to do the financial aid for this dumb bitch that I talked to on the phone. Has no idea what I'm talking about, has no idea how to transfer me, and is kind of a cunt bag, and I wanted to reach for the phone and snap her neck. So if you can call me back, that'd be great. Thanks.